Oh, and we're live. Excellent. Well, greetings, housemates, and welcome to Slay the Spire. Learn to play. I'm Phwop, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Silent. One of the things I wish I'd done for the Ironclad stream, and this is going to be a long stream, but it's showing you all the cards. You might not have seen them all. Especially if you haven't unlocked every unlock, which I have now unlocked all the unlocks. And I'll point out the last cards because the Silent felt a little gimped by the things that I unlocked, or the other way around is it felt weak before I unlocked all the cards. Particularly interesting cards, Setup. Place a card from your hand on top of your draw pile. It costs 0 until it is played. Like, that's so big. And it costs 0 if you upgrade it. So for free, play a card from your hand in your hand currently, free next turn. Like a big deal. Just being able to put a card on top of your draw pile can be big. What else was there? Grand Finale. This one's crazy. Deal 50 damage to all enemies. Can only be played if there are no cards in your draw pile. Building a deck to use this is difficult, but rewarding, as I've gotten to use it a couple times and it feels amazing. Of note, I found Well-Laid Plains was particularly good, especially upgraded for landing a Grand Finale. And what was the other one? Concentrate. Discard 3. When it's upgraded, discard 2 cards. It's free. Gain 2 energy. This one I understand saving for last because it is, like, tough. That one's really quite hard to use. Specific decks will benefit. Anyway, I've unlocked all the things with the Silent. Let's get into it. So, what do you know right up front? 10 less base hit points than the Ironclad, and of course, a different starting artifact. At the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards, as opposed to healing 6 health at the end. I can tell you right up front that. And we're going to turn Ascension mode off because we don't need deadlier elites and more of them when it's talking about, you know, the basics of the character. But yeah, right up front you're going to need to be more defensive because you have no way of recovering health naturally. So keep that in mind. Also of note, you start off with 12 instead of 10 cards. You have a full 5 defense instead of 4, 5 strikes, same as the Ironclad, and then so the Ironclad basically replaces a defend with bash. You get survive and neutralize, so none of your starting cards cost 2. Survive is an excellent defensive card, and neutralize is a fair defensive card attack. Survivor is of course a skill. And you'll see this discard, and at first you might be like, discard, that kind of sucks. But later on, as you unlock cards, the potential for discard is about as strong as exhaust. Is for the Ironclad, so discard is no joke. So let's get into it. I also find for early upgrades, upgrade neutralize is huge because it gives you 2 turns of weak, especially if you've reduced the number of cards in your deck. You can get neutralized back in your hand fast enough that it can stack on one enemy, but 2 turns of them doing 25% less damage is huge compared to 1. And of course it's always free, especially if you get cards that like clone a card, like if you get Nightmare where it's like add 3 copies of a card to your hand next turn. Copying neutralize is fantastic because it's never going to slow down playing other cards in your hand. Alright, also upgrading Survivor is great. 8 to 11 block may not seem like a ton. That's the same upgrade amount as just upgrading a regular Defend. But if you think about it like this, Survivor is a more powerful card than Defend base. You're going to be trying to remove Defends from your deck. You're never going to try and remove Survivor because you're going to have to get rid of like these 10 cards first before this becomes a priority. So getting the most you can out of a single card means that upgrading this is always a fair bet. Let's see. Remove a card is good. Enemies your next 3 combats have 1 hit point is really, really good. And, spoiler alert, you can actually check the paths here. And it'll be like 1, 2... Oh, maybe I could get to this elite. Assuming these don't become fights. I could get to this elite and kill it, and it'll have 1 hit point. So the first 3 fights have 1 hit point is a very strong starting one. I could also go, let's see, this way. That could be my 3rd fight. And wiping out, getting a free relic, basically, because these guys only have 1 health, is huge. Huge goodness. Plus, this doesn't come with any negative side effects like, my max health. I will say, rare relics are fantastic, and lose 7 health for a random rare is fine. And losing your starting relic to obtain a random boss relic doesn't hurt quite as much for the Silent as it does for the Ironclad, in my opinion. Now, a lot of your cards, all the cards that say like, I don't have any right now, that are like, do lots of cool stuff next turn, combo fairly well with a large starting hand, as well as especially calculated risk, where you discard your hand to shuffle new stuff. Like the more cards you have in your hand, the better. But the Ring of the Snake can, especially if you get like the traveling bag or something that does the exact same thing, become kind of obsolete and not nearly as useful as the Ironclad starting relic. So, losing your starting relic to get a boss relic, and I've looked at the whole list of boss relics, they're all pretty damn good, especially for the Silent, so that's a fair one. This is if you want to play a totally different kind of Silent. You're like, I love the cards, but I want it to feel different, lose your starting relic. We're going to go with enemies have the next 3 so you can see this one, because I was hesitant to pick it until Lethe actually was like, hey, this was good. I killed an elite. He only had 1 health. And then I was like, well, I'll try that, and it was fantastic. The question marks are, as you might expect, kind of a big question mark in my plan. If I hit an extra monster encounter in these, that's bad. If I was desperate to get to a elite fight, I would go this way, because there's only 2 question marks. As is, I'll risk going this way and encountering one of these 3 being a fight. Well, whatevs. I can handle it. I can hack it. Okay, so you'll note the large starting hand. You'll note the very lack of health. See how good that was? And think about it, I get all the rewards. Oh look, I have potions now. Before my first serious fight, I get potions. Oh, I get to pick, oh yeah, so good. Distraction can be fantastic. Finisher, I've never had great luck with Finisher. It's something I feel like I'd add into a deck that is particularly good for it, as opposed to starting off with it. Poison Stab is pretty fantastic, as it does do a total of 11 damage, plus it can begin your move into poison territory. But I like to choose it after I have either Catalyst or Noxious Fumes. Noxious Fumes being the quintessential poison card. I'll take Distraction, as it can give you some really cool stuff. I will want to upgrade it soon so it's free, though, because that's one of the huge benefits. Oh, alright, we already hit an encounter. We're doomed. We're not going to make it to an elite for 1 hit point, but we do get to rack up the goodies. Oh, look, I have 2 potions. I haven't fought a real fight yet. Another distraction. These defensive cards that exhaust are pretty good, but I think... And then going... I don't like to go straight into discard cards. I feel like it's so hard to make a viable deck with a Silent. So much more harder. So yeah, that's not right. Alright, I really want to upgrade what? Upgrade Neutralize is always fantastic, but these guys will become free, and that's a big deal for me. Okay, so this is our last fight, where everything has 1 hit point. Oh, it's nice that it's multiple enemies. Yeah, let's see what Distraction... It's always good to see what it does, because it can give you Alchemize, which will give you a free potion. So, check. Maybe you can squeeze a little extra. Here, I really love Cloak and Dagger. Prepared is nice if you're, but upgraded prepared is so much better, and I've already got plenty of cards that I want to upgrade, so I don't want to add a new. Although, actually, I want to upgrade Cloak and Dagger too. But, well, we were just not going to make it this time. Ugh. Ugh, gross. Okay, my first thought is I can't stop all of this, and I can do 12 damage. I can, for 2 of my energy, I can either stop 10 damage, or I can kill one of these guys and prevent 5. Great time to use an energy potion. So how much block do I have? 1, 2, 3 energy worth of blocking, and I can even get some defense out of killing one of these things. So we'll take 2 energy. Let me kill something that's doing the most damage. That guy had 12 health. This, don't discard a defend if you're trying to defend. That gives us 18. I didn't actually total how much damage they would do. Oh, they're only doing 11? I could have got an extra hit in. Oh no, they're doing 16. Perfect. Alright, we've got, what do we get for this? Blade Dance. 2 shivs. I will say distraction is not going to help you against the gremlin knob, or whatever that thing's called, because it will totally bone you. And a lot of the skills for, more of the skills are offensive. So let's see. If I do this, so we can do 12 damage to all these shivs and defend ourselves. Alright, we are totally defended. So we can get a little wild here. Oh yeah, I'd love to turn those defensive cards into offensive cards. Let's take him down a notch. And down a notch. I could have drawn a couple cards. I had 1 energy left over, but remember that potions are like what help you. That you don't need its help when I'm ahead. I need its help when I'm behind. Okay, we're doing less damage, 4 damage each. And I've got, I can get 10 defense. Let's, where are we at here? Still taking 6. Okay, so if I kill this, I'll only take 1 damage worth. Actually, with the silent, you really, really, really want to err on the side of protecting your health. Far more than with the ironclad. Let's see if anyone dropped anything in chat. Nope. 2 people watching though. I'll take it. Alright, here we could go wild. Note that the distraction card does stick with you for the whole thing. It's just not, it's only free the first turn. Ooh, regen potion. Nice. Okay, so if I'm looking for to add cards to my deck that I want to upgrade, Outmaneuver is pretty good. You definitely want to upgrade this one. Then it provides 3 energy instead of 1 for the cost. But for just cards that don't need to be upgraded, Flying Knee is fantastic. Or you cannot add any cards to your deck, as Flying Knee only does 2 more damage than a regular strike. And in this case, since you start off with 12 cards, it can be your deck can get bloated significantly faster than with the Ironclad. And Deadly Poison isn't bad, but also it really wants an upgrade. I'm going to take Flying Knee. It's a little early. And of course you can upgrade it for a little extra damage. It is just as good as upgrading a strike when it comes to how much damage you get, but of course you get extra energy next turn. I really like upgrading this as it gives you more shivs, and often you get like per card played, deal this or whatever. Or we can upgrade our other distraction. I'm pretty low on damage right now. Oh. Yeah, I actually really like to have this upgraded for boss fights. It doesn't help so much against the 3 crystal things, but it helps a lot against the gremlin. I saw that in the patch notes recently, these guys were modded so that they would not all 3 attack you as often. Okay, so we only need 8 defense, and we can have both defense and offense here. And, this guy has the least health. I usually like to wear down with the least health. Note, these guys have artifact, which is going to protect them from neutralize. But that doesn't mean you can't use it to whack their health. Also, let's see what distraction is going to be. Oh yeah, see, this is nice. Normally a terribly expensive card. We're going to get 3 copies of a card of our choice next turn. Flying Knee would be great. The more Flying Knees rolling around our deck, the better. Neutralize also would be fantastic, as we could... Neutralize is going to be the easiest to take advantage of. Remember, you are bloating your deck. Like, those cards don't just go away. They don't exhaust. Okay. We need a little more defense. So we're going to have to use this. And now, I can't pay for anything. Yeah, that's how that works. Let's focus down the weak one. So his artifact's gone. I assume if this one's attacking now, it's less likely to attack me next turn. This one's more likely to attack, right? Because weak only helps if it's going to deal damage. Another thing about... yeah, see? Aren't we glad we upgraded that? Sweet. Okay, so I know... Yeah, I can reduce his damage. Now I can use 2 of these to reduce this one's damage too. Actually, let's see what distraction's going to do. Oh, yeah. Apply 99 vulnerable, exhaust. Yeah, that's going to be good. This one had the most health anyway. And now it takes 6 damage. Sweet. Now I need both of these. And at this point, this guy's actually going to die faster from my attacks. Thanks to vulnerable. Note also, if you try and go with a really slim deck, then these like unplayable cards are really brutal and can really gum up the works if you don't have a way to like discard them. Okay, 8 damage. I know how to take care of that. 1, do not discard ethereal unplayable cards, because at the end of your turn they'll just disappear and they're not going to plague you anymore. But if you discard them, you're going to have to draw them again, which is going to cut down on how efficient you're being. I don't need anything else. Yeah, I find this deck to be a bit easier to manage. It does require... see all that nonsense. It's patience and defense. Okay, we can kill this guy. I can't defend myself. So, since there's no defense coming, let's weaken the guy who's going to live. Kill off the other one attacking. And only take 6 to the face. Alright, it's attacking. I can't really do much about that. Let's just stack the weak on this one and defend ourselves. Still making headway. Having all those neutralizes is super nice. Next time I draw 2, maybe we'll do something to that thing. I only got 1. Okay, how much do I need to kill this? 8, 6. If I go all out, I can kill this, and yeah, that's perfect. I don't need to defend. Don't take extra actions. You might be tempted like, oh, I've got energy, I'll just play this extra defense even though nothing's attacking me. Some enemies will punish you for that. It's better to be precise. Alright, sweet. We can apply Weaken. See what a good choice we made with our freebie Nightmare. Just enough defense. Plenty of offense. That's what you want. Just enough defense. didn't play Survivor because I didn't want to discard those, because then I'd have to draw them again later. Now this thing will probably be dead before I redraw my deck, but you get the idea. Alright. 5. There we go. Nice and easy. Yeah, the Silent takes a different mindset. If you play like the Ironclad, you can probably get to the last level, but winning's gonna be real hard. I'll say the Ice Cream. Oh, anything that gives you strength is super good. Super good, because it modifies like your shivs and stuff. Okay, how many things do I want to upgrade? 1, 2. These two I consider top priority for upgrades. This one will give me an extra shiv. This one will be free. This one's like second tier. And yeah, that's it for upgrades. Malaise is fantastic, especially upgraded. Especially upgraded. Piercing Wail is fine. Acrobatics. I really like having a Malaise. I'll take one even if I can't upgrade it. Now, where to go? Shop would be nice, but so would that. This is the only shop I can get to. There are 2 elites this way, and since we're doing so well... Oh, a shop and elite? Yeah, let's go this way. Apotheosis is fantastic. Pin Nib, not as fantastic. I like Escape Plan. Infinite Blades is good, whether it's upgraded or not. And it has a lot of synergy when upgraded with Mummified Hand. Mummified Hand being absolutely fantastic for both characters. Corpse Explosion is great, but not if you don't do poison. Even if I had taken that Poison Dagger, Corpse Explosion, it's a strong pick later once you've started your poison build. They also upgraded the eggs, like the Molten Egg and stuff. Those are really good now. I love Escape Plan. It's way better than you think. One, it basically doesn't count as a card in your hand. Since it's free to play and it lets you draw, you instantly replace yourself. So then it's just a bonus. If the card is a skill, gain 3 block. So freebie block, and then if you have any amount of dexterity, this can really start to add up. Whether upgraded or not, this is a pretty good choice. And on sale, I'll take it. Infinite Blades. This can be so good no matter what your build is. Then I will also take that. And that's enough for today. It can be better to wait until you know what your artifacts are. We'll take that. Common. Whenever you take damage, deal 3 damage back. That's great. It's not actually health damage. Also note the different chests show you what rarity of goodies are inside. Okay, this guy, it's particularly good to have the ability to prepare against him. So let's take a look. What cards will work really well on him? 1, any powers you can play in advance of him waking up, you won't have to pay for once he's awake. So powers are good. Debuffs you put on him will last. I'd like to cast Malaise at like full strength to reduce his strength and apply weakness for X turns. Having Neutralize upgraded can really stack the turns of weakness as well. So we can keep him weak pretty much the whole time and get our powers on before he wakes up. So let us do that. Plus we can pay for our distraction. Is there a point in doing that now or later? Let's do it later. I don't want to accidentally draw Malaise on a turn where I can't use all of my energy for it. So let's just leave that in our deck. As long as you don't do health damage to him, he won't wake up until turn 4. But you might as well start attacking him on turn 3. Okay, what I really want is, well, not that. I could create a Shiv for no reason. Let's stack some energy on. So yeah, he's got that defense. Do I really want to stack Shivs into my deck? They are free, but then I have to draw them. Let's go ahead and see. Stuffing my deck with Shivs isn't the worst thing in the world. Okay, so right after you see the exclamation point and the question marks, he's gonna be stunned on his turn. That's whether you do damage to them right now or not. Personally, that's kind of fine with me. We'll use all our energy for that. And then there's no point in using my Shiv unless I don't want to draw it. And I'm fine drawing it. So look, there he wakes up. He doesn't do anything this turn. And he's starting to attack me next turn. So just attack him on that turn with the exclamation points. Go for it. And look, he's weak and -3 defense. You see what he normally does 18 damage. This is what Malaise does. Part of the beauty of Malaise, if you wonder, it's more effective than it seems. Especially upgraded when it gives you +1 energy, so you can effectively use it for free. It's because when things are reduced, everything is rounded down. So this guy did 18 damage. That's knocked down to 15 by his strength, and that's reduced by 25%, which is apparently 4, which is totally great. It's very generous. First, let's see what this does. Yeah, look, see, I told you. Free potion. Negates the next debuff. That's pretty sweet. I haven't actually got this. This is from the new patch as well. Okay, we can stack some more weakness on you. I need... If you play Survivor last, and you can't discard a card, no problem. So do that. If I played it earlier, I would have had to do something dumb. I've got 1 energy left, and this guy's kind of a high-octane enemy. I'm going to go ahead and draw. Plus, I don't like having all my potions together. And I have not yet taken enough wounds for the regen potion to max me out. We've already got all the defense, so let's go for offense. Alright, escape plan's a freebie. No dice. Calculated Gamble is an awesome card. The only question is when to do your calculations. And the answer is before you play anything else that makes you have less cards in your hand. Also, know what's in your deck. If I draw 6 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I'm only going to draw 5. My chances of getting defense are good. And what about offense? Flying Knee is my best offensive card. So, let's play that. I'm going to defend. And then shuffle these in and look for more defense. Alright, that's fine. There we go. Okay, the Shiv appears out of nowhere. Note that the Shiv is in addition to your normal cards. Okay, he's not attacking, so it's time to pile on the offense. A great time to use Calculate Gamble is when your opponent switches it up and you have all defense in your hand and need to attack. Okay, that translates to some offense. And then... I could drink an artifact to block this incoming debuff, but it's really not the worst debuff in the world. The second time it comes in is bad, though. And it only blocks 1 debuff. The dexterity loss is different from the strength loss. Thankfully, I already had some strength. Okay, 11. And I have 3 energy, so I can actually play everything in my hand. Which is great. See, we're wearing him down. Only because he's been weakened have we taken so little damage. Okay, do love playing this guy. 2 defense and Shiv. Yeah, this guy's rather relentless offense. Oh, note that, yeah, you don't have to take damage. I think I already said that. But Bronze Scales doesn't require you to actually take damage. It's when you are hit for every attack against you. So it's better than it sounds. There, we tore through that guy. We didn't take too much damage. Okay, upon pickup, upgrade 2 random attacks. So look, read what these things are before you take them, because what if I get a sweet new attack from here? Well, let's look at what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks. 6. And that one's already upgraded, so it doesn't count. So yeah, if I pick it up now, it's very likely I'm going to end up with 2 upgraded strikes. But if I find a sick attack here that I want upgraded and I take it first, maybe I'll get one of those. Let's see. I like both Predator and Choke a lot. Choke can be very good. Choke is especially good with shivs because they're free to play. They can trigger Choke's brutal extra damage a lot. Yeah, the more freebie cards you have, the better, and that's pretty much what I have. Terror is fantastic to pick up a copy, but try and do it later when it's upgraded. We're going to take Choke, and then we're going to take Whetstone. Come on, upgraded Choke. Upgraded Flying Knee's not the worst. But yeah, you can pick up Bottled Lightning, all those things, like, add the card first to your deck, because you never know if you're going to get something awesome. Alright, and which path are we going? If I go this way, I can find another elite. That sounds good. Anything with multiple enemies can be super dangerous to the Silent. You're going to want to try and pick up anti-crowd control abilities as soon as possible. Sweet, that was an extra 3 defense. Let's see what you got for me. Alchemize, yeah. Maybe it'll be... a damage-dealing potion is not bad in this circumstance. I could kill that guy and save myself. But let's see. I've got plenty of defense. I could go Flying Knee, Survivor, gives me 8. That'll be 11. That's all I need. And Neutralize is just icing on the cake. Let's go Flying Knee. 12 damage. Oh yeah, it's upgraded. Strength is so good. I can block everything I need. So I'm not taking any damage. In that case, let's weaken the other one that didn't attack. I don't need any of that. I feel like the Ancient Potion's actually going to be a little difficult to use effectively. I feel like he's going to weaken me or something. I forget what it does. But... yeah, but I didn't want it. I want to be able to deal all my damage. Yeah, I think they do lower your damage output, which is bad news. Not that I couldn't muddle through, but I might as well free up a potion slot. Okay, we've got all the defense we need. I find the bronze scales with the Silent to be particularly good, because it's easy to play defensively. Alright, so we should be able to just, well, let's see what Distractions has for us. Unnecessary. Let's choke that last one out. Ah, yeah, see? I got a potion. Might as well have used that potion before. I'd just be discarding it now. Dodge and roll is fine, especially I have some dexterity gaining relic. Bane is great if you've gone into poison, though it is upgraded, it's especially good. 10 damage twice if they're poison. Dagger Spray is pretty good. If you look at it, it's 1 cost for 8 damage to everything. Let's see, 1 cost for 6 damage to one thing. Yeah, and upgraded, it's also fantastic. Like I said, you really kind of early on need to go for yeah, let's do it. Go for some area attacks. Purple Fire Spirits. Receive a reward based on the offer. So Lethe clued me in. He had 1 artifact he had never gotten, Spirit Poop. And apparently the only way to get it is through this encounter by handing these guys a curse card. I don't have that. If you give them something, if you give them a common card, it just burns the card. I know you can get healing from an uncommon, maybe some other stuff. I don't know what you can get from a rare. Sadly, I don't even have a rare. Cards, I wouldn't mind getting rid of. Let me get rid of... a strike. Disappointing. I haven't actually experimented with that one too much. I never seem to have anything I want to give up. If you had some crazy rare or something like that, then maybe that'd be the way to go. If you end up with something bizarre from your starting. I really want to upgrade my malaise, but... Alright, that's free. This, see, I should have choked first. Maybe not. Because I want to prevent all the damage I can. But choke is good. Let's use this, partly because it exhausts itself, so it's going to go away. But also because 3 turns is about what I need to get my neutralize back in my hand, or at least have a chance at it. Alright, plus these guys do kind of weirdly high damage. Okay, let's see what we get here. Blur. Gain 5 block. Block is not removed next turn. Sweet. That's all the block I needed, but since block isn't removed... Look, 10 damage. Oh yeah, I forgot I had 1 strength. Stock up on block or go for attack? No, he's going to inflict a negative effect. So let's get angry. And I could use a potion, but we're about to fight an elite. If I get an extra potion... If I have to throw a potion away, fine. I really like having a block potion. The regen potion as well. Okay, let's see what we get. Not a skill. He's not doing anything offensive. What's this? Catalyst. Poison. Well, that's worthless. Let's go ahead and use it, because it exhausts itself, so it won't get in our way later. Oh yeah, I forgot. I could just kill him. Always keep an eye out for that, like, I can just win moment. Alright, no extra potion. Caltrops, acrobatics. I don't have much that... I don't like acrobatics much unless you're doing a discard deck. It's weird, but yeah, you just don't have much energy rolling around. Unless you have a lot of free cards or something. Which we're not doing too bad. The acrobatics really seems to be a pain. Upgrade acrobatics is better. It lets you draw 4 cards, but... Caltrops is always good, as the bronze scales would let you know. It's a power. I'm going to take it. Right now we need all the damage output we can get. This thing. Tempted to just drop malaise on it. But we do need to deal some... We need to deal constant damage to this thing. Let's go ahead and drink this. Malaise is very good. Upgrading malaise is like my top priority at this point. Oh, someone just bought me a beautiful Amish pretzel, and I can't even because I'm recording. Okay, so look, he's doing 9 damage instead of usual like 12 or something lame. Remember, anything that's not attack is going to piss him off. Even though Cloak and Dagger does deal damage, it's going to make him really angry when you use it. Oh, that didn't work so well. And I won't tell you what happened. No, it's not for you to know. Let's see. So, get all our attacks in. Flying Knee, Strike. These upgraded things are looking nice. Alright, so then, as the Silent, it's an even more important question since you can't heal very well. All offense, defense, what's the deal here? And I'm going to say the answer is defend as much as you can while still dealing damage. Like, just go for it. What did I get? I got 6 block. He deals 2 extra damage. That effectively prevents 4 for me. Now, I will note that he gained his strength is weakened by weaken. So if you can reduce his damage, then the strength counts for less. It's also pumped up by you becoming vulnerable, which he inflicts. So those statuses are far more important because of his strength. They both emphasize and or undercut it. Alright, so we took a little. Choke is fantastic, especially with stuff like distraction, but his damage is going to get off the charts. How much damage am I going to do? 13, 20, 27. So I'll take him down to 10. 1, 2, 3. We're not quite. We might be able to kill him. Actually, since I have this fire potion, we could totally kill him. But we're definitely going to piss him off. Oh, look, that's free. Oh, it's a skill. Yeah, like I said, choke is great. Upgraded choke is even better. Upgrade 2 random skills. Okay, we have a boatload of skills that aren't defend, but plenty of them are. Let's see if there's any awesome... Oh yeah, look, if this were in my hand, you know, that would be fantastic. How great is that? This one is really deck dependent. It's awesome to use on powers. Especially if you can somehow play your powers cheaply. It's awesome to play on like distraction. There's a couple great things you can play Nightmare on. But well-laid plans, whoa, that will just make or break some decks, especially with Grand Finale out there. This is just a great card. It's like drawing an extra card every turn from your previous hand. It's so good that I'm not even gonna... I can't even be mad that I'm skipping that. Upgrades, yeah, well, upgrade defends aren't bad. My anti-defend strike bias is starting to peace out. We have plenty of health, so let's get some of those upgrades we've been craving. Of particular note, well-laid plans retain up to 2 cards. So this is tough. Retaining 2 cards is like a lot. Rarely do I have 2 cards I can't play. Note you also can choose not to retain any cards or retain 1, which makes this very powerful in controlling your deck. Malaise, X+1 means you can play this for free and still get an effect. Very good. Choke, 5 damage per card you play. That's great, but it's still, you know, that extra damage isn't modified by anything in particular. Dagger Spray goes from 8 to 12 total damage to all enemies, which is great. Not a high priority. Here, this one gets free, but still getting another card played for, yeah, like that's nice. I love the extra shiv. It's especially good with choke, but I think top priority is Malaise, because it's more often than not you're facing one that you get killed by the one brutal enemy, or you really need to nerf that one guy. And Malaise is there for you. All right, I gotta eat some of this pretzel. It's just... Do I have a mic muting button? All right, guys, I gotta... It's taunting me. I can't fight it. Let me look at... Mute? Push to mute. We'll make this. All right. Did that work? Do you feel pushed to muted? I don't know. This is all I got. That's all I got for you. Well, I hope you couldn't hear me eat that, but it was the best thing in the world, so... it was so good. Anyway, alright, so, let's take a look. After taking 30 damage, changes to a defensive mode. And let me tell you, it is a race to get this guy to change modes so that he does not kick your ass. So, you want to deal damage. His defensive mode has basically bronze scales. It's this exact icon. And you need a little bit of block to go with your offense against that thing. And then he'll switch back and forth. But offensive mode is really brutal. So how do we do the most damage? Especially since right now he's using some sort of buff. Also, the fire potion is super useful. And every time he comes back to this offensive mode, he takes more and more damage to switch. Okay, first, oh wait, do we have choke? No. First off, let's see what we can get for free. Great. Sure, that can't hurt. Now we're down to stuff that mostly costs energy. That's free, so why not? Good time to use powers. Remember, one thing to think about powers is they stick with you forever. And if you don't play them the first time you draw them, you're going to have to draw them again. But if you do, one of the benefits of playing a power is you'll never draw it again. So your deck becomes slimmer, more, you know, efficient. So not playing a power, even if it's not quite the power you were looking for, is kind of a detriment. You're still not using that card's full benefit of slimming your deck when you do play it. Let's see what this is. That's not bad at all. It's not upgraded, of course. Malaise can make a huge difference. All right. This is gonna pay off in the future. I know I just smack talked not playing your powers, but I think it's worth it. Oh, it's so good. I hope you didn't hear any of that. Okay, Boo, yeah, like I told you, he's gonna kick your butt if you're not careful. But the negative strength and the weakness is going to stick with. How much defense can I get? I can get 1, I can get 8, 13, 19 defense. Which is not shabby. But 25 damage I can easily inflict with a potion or something. And choke. And I'd much rather deal damage. Starting off the choke, always the way to go. So then this is great because there I played one card, there I played another card. I like to keep the explosive. It's a tough one. Fire potions are better against mini monsters, but sometimes you need that 10 damage to all, especially yeah, against like the gremlin leader or whatever he is. And so I prefer to use this one. So there, we switched modes. He's gonna buff himself. He got 20 armor, so he can't do any more attacks, but he's not smacking the bejesus out of us. All right, excellent. So he only stays in defensive mode for a little while. It's a great time to get your licks in, or set yourself up for success. Okay. Let's get this power out of the way. Free powers are just outstanding. Note, we will take, he has Sharp Hide now. Whenever you play an attack, take 3 damage. So let's defend ourselves from that. Let's deal some damage while we can. And then, remember that after this boss, you're going to full heal. So feel free to expend a health to attack him at this point. Or I could hit him with another malaise, and I think I'm gonna. Note how now we're taking like 1 damage. And we can retain this card, yeah. So look, when I retain this card, I'm still gonna draw 5 cards. It's just not going into my discard. So it is like you're drawing another card, but you get to choose what it is from your last hand, which is huge when you think about it. That's so much control. It's probably better than drawing a card, especially when you have cards that are like, next turn, gain 3 extra energy. Like, oh great, well then I'll just keep this expensive card in my hand and play it next turn when I have all this energy. All right, it'll only take 1 nice defensive card to protect us. This will make future turns awesomer. This is gonna hurt. Now we're only gonna take 3 damage, even though it attacks twice, because it's per attack, meaning ours is superior, because he's gonna take 6 for attacking us twice, whereas we're gonna take 3 for attacking him once. does 6 damage, but we want maximum damage output. And I'm willing to take health damage for it because yeah, because he's a boss and I want to kill him as fast as possible. Alright, now shivs really suck against things that do damage back to you, unless you have lots of block. Oh look, he's doing 0 to 4 damage, great. Okay, I want that because it'll help us in the future. I don't even need defense. Yeah. Oh, it's looking good. So use all of our energy on offense. And yeah, let's keep our best defensive card in case he switches to like not multiple attacks. All right. Can you guys tell I'm eating pretzel? I apologize. I apologize. It's worth it. All right, so he's got a lot of armor. Let's see if we can... Great time to play a power. Not a great time to play a shiv unless I don't want to draw the shiv later. And I don't think I do, actually. So let's just get rid of that shiv. 7, yeah, I can't even break through that. So then what? Oh, well, let's keep the... Like, an upgrade defend doesn't cause me to discard a card. I'm going to call that better. Note also that well-laid plan stacks with itself, so you can end up retaining a ton of cards, but it's not all that useful. And that the runic pyramid relic completely overwrites well-laid plans, making it a worthless card in your deck. Okay, so we'd like a little block. If only there was somewhere I can get attack and block at the same time. Oh wait, but I want to choke. The more you do in a turn with choke, the better. Okay, so we're going to choke. We're going to take one to the face. We're going to play Cloak and Dagger because it lets us do more. We're going to inflict significant damage here. And then we're going to take it. But since he's all melee'd... Oh, look, and we get to keep the good card that we had to skip. There's a little defense. Nice. Still in defense mode. Let's try this. Okay, I am not going to take any damage just yet. This one will cause me to take some damage in the end. And like I said, you're going to full heal after this, so... And I think if we have enough offense, we can just kill it. So... It just doesn't... Yeah, that minus strength is so big. So big. Okay, and it's going to do, 4 damage to us. Oh, no. There. And we rocked that. 44. That was a great run. And I'll say the starting bonus was a big part of it. And what do we get here? Geez. Choices. I'm a huge fan of all of these cards for different reasons. Alchemize is great because it gives you something you can carry from one fight to another. Every fight becomes beneficial. It's not quite as good as the starting relic of the Ironclad, but you can get regen potions, you can get the exact potion you need, you can get a potion you don't need. You do have to make sure you have an empty slot, or playing it is worthless. But it can lead to a lot of nice benefits over the course of the game. Bullet time is great. It's almost always worth playing. There's a couple moments where it's not. But if you have a bunch of cheap cards, it can look a little underwhelming. However, if you get like lightning in a bottle and you get to choose bullet time, I think lightning is the one. Whatever in the bottle, tornado in a bottle maybe, and bullet time. You can start off with your overly large starting hand and playing it all for free, which is great. If you have a lot of draw, like acrobatics, this can suck, because it does not let you draw. And 1,000 cuts, so whenever you play a card, deal 1 damage to all enemies, this is like super choke. Plus it's a power, which means it's not in your deck later. Alchemize also removes itself from your deck. This one is fantastic. When you upgrade it, it's 2 damage to all enemies. Like I was telling you, you need an AoE solution. If you don't already have it, that's it. Okay, for the boss. Ooh, tough ones. When you would die, heal to 50% of your max hit point instead. Works once. Lizard Tail's fantastic. It is truly good. Don't diss it. Philosopher's Stone really sucks for the silent, because that extra damage, since you don't heal regularly, that extra damage is going to screw you. And the extra energy isn't even always necessary. Now, we have gone for a our deck is now between choke and 1,000 cuts. A lot of our offense is predicated on playing a lot of cards, so I would like to have extra energy. But the Lizard Tail's a great fallback. I don't want this, I would take that over that. So then the choice is, gain energy at the start of each turn. You can no longer use potions. Regen potions, right now I don't have any way to gain health except regen potions. And then alchemize, you know, could wind up in my deck. I've really enjoyed the couple times I got it for free from my distractions. Note that potions are worth points at the end of the game. The potions you don't use, or at least they were. I don't actually know if they are anymore. So this could be a way to be like, yeah, I'll get those points at the end. Or Lizard Tail. Right now I don't have any energy solution, and I don't have alchemize. But giving up on potions is so hard. However, not having any extra energy for the whole game is also going to be brutal. Lizard Tail is a great safeguard because you can get totally beat up. I think the Sozu is going to be great, partly because I have well-laid plans. And I do have these X cards. I have the 2 Malaises. A lot of powers I want to play. Still. It's just giving up on... yeah. Giving up on potions can be super tough. Alright. I'm going to go with Lizard Tail. It feels like the safe choice. Sozu feels risky. Well, alright. There are more elites on the left. I could get 1, 2... I could fight 3 elites. There's more question marks on the right. And I think there's more fires on the left. Upgrading cards through fires is super important unless you manage to pick up Apotheosis somehow. But hitting elites is really brutal on the silent. I think particularly you want to use the map to avoid elites, really. And pick up fireplaces. Like, I would play it super safe. It feels a little weird, but let's play it safe. We want to win, right? Especially if you haven't unlocked everything, play to win. These guys can really brutalize your run here if you don't have some kind of like costless defense or AoE, like I've said. Good news here is we're going to rock these guys. You have to play your AoE damage against enemies, even if you're going to bite, if you're going to eat some attacks for it. It's worth. Okay, 8. These guys in particular, you just need to fight, which I do kind of. It hurts, but a great time to use a potion, now that I think about it. This will totally protect us from their damage. And because this is upgraded, we can use it to totally nerf this guy. So he goes from 10 damage to 6. That's a loss of 40% damage loss. As opposed to what looks like -1 and 25. Big deal. This potion I could use, but I don't need to just yet. I'll definitely use it to protect my coins from these jokers. Remember, they're taking damage from hitting me, which is great. 1,000 cuts, huh? Let's see what distraction is. Ooh, bouncing flask is so good. Even the unupgraded version. Woo! So let's see, it'll do 9 damage, and then it'll do 8 damage, that's 17. And then it will do 7, which is 24. I don't need to do much damage to this guy, and he'll die on his own before he can get away. 1,000 cuts would be nice, but I kind of need the defense. Caltrops is going to be good. Note that the unupgraded Cloak and Dagger still gives you more defense than a defend. Okay, now that guy's going to pass away on his own. Yeah, this is going to hurt. But they're going to stop attacking us soon. They do all their attacking up front, and then they run away. Okay, he's down. You can't let this one get away. Perfect. Okay, so now they're not attacking. It's my turn to kick their ass. Oh, look, that was free. Oh, look, this is free. Oh, look, you're being choked. Oh, look, you're dead. And, well, we did take a bit of a beating. We wrapped that up quite easily. Alright, we get our cash back. Note that the money you steal back is not multiplied by anything that increases your cash at the end of combat. Ooh. 8 damage for each attack played this turn. That's really nice with shivs and choke, because those play into each other. I'm going to take this. And of course, it's still one energy, 8 damage, which isn't bad. Yeah, like I said, I said this for the Ironclad. It's true for the Silent as well. It's best not to add cards to your deck in the first map, because in the second map you have a chance to get upgraded cards, or at least know which upgraded cards to use. Okay, this guy's all defense. Choke is like our most offensive card. Sadly, Artifact negates it, but what do we got here? Phantasmal Killer. I will take that. And I would have loved to use Finisher, but Phantasmal Killer definitely takes precedent. If you get... So, another great card is Backstab. It's been upgraded so that... I think it does more damage, or it's cheap, it's free or something crazy. If you get a bunch of backstabs, you can just annihilate people. He's got 1 artifact less, so he wouldn't lose the strength, though if artifact will negate that, but he would become weak for a couple turns. And this thing can really beat you up with its next attack. Wouldn't mind getting 1,000 cuts in, though. Against one enemy, it's not, like, super intimidating. And I do have double damage this turn, but it looks like... Yeah, okay. So let's discard... Let's discard 1,000 cuts. We'll go for the strike, because it's super high damage. Infinite blades. And we'll drop this malaise on him. Because 1, it'll prevent all the damage. 2, it'll wrap up his artifactiness. His next turn he's going to hit me for like 20 or something obnoxious. Yeah, 10 times 2, that's bad. And we need to deal with that. Okay, doesn't hurt to play that. Do not have a ton of defense, so we're going to need all the little bit we have. Caltrops is going to deal 6. Not as much as any of this other stuff. There's not much you can do. Now if I had... We'll keep that. Why not? I don't want to draw it again. That would be a... Ow. Oh, things hurt so much worse. And if you don't have your defense together, you're just going to get the crap beat out of you. Error. That's great. Extra damage. We can kill this guy right now. Whew, but man, it's been 2 fights and we're already down to 40. Lower than the whole first episode or whatever. And I'm starting to face deck creep. But man, what can you do? I need more. I need more stuff. And yeah, my deck needs to keep rising in power. And there's just not enough remove to get rid of all these cards I started off with, all 12. So it's bad. I find that my silent deck gets large and rather inefficient kind of quickly. And maybe you could say that's a reason. Oh, Molten Egg. Look at this baby. Patched recently. Whenever you add an attack to your deck, it is upgraded. This has worked in all cases I've seen. And I don't mind taking it now. It's such a good card, especially if you get one early. Noxious Fumes is fantastic. Peace Pipe, you can remove cards from your deck at rest sites. That's great, although we generally have to spend our time upgrading and resting, so it's not as good for us. Whenever you play a power, heal 2 hit points. I really like this one, especially if you can get Monkey's Paw. Buying a regen potion is a big deal for our silent. And then Secret Weapon, having the right attack in your hand at the right time is good. It's really nice with freebie attacks, but like Dagger Spray here, something like that. Now the question is, are we going to be piling attacks into our deck? Noxious Fumes. I do love this power. 285, but I could buy this. Getting a source of healing is a big deal. And it means that like Well-Laid Plans is worth 2 health. I'm gonna grab this. Well, that was everything. I do like coming in with around 300 cash to a merchant. 500's great, but 300 means you can get whatever you want. At least one thing. Okay, I hate this fight. You definitely have to kill the Mystic first. Alright, well, it's free now, so let's play it. Regular Strike's not gonna be worth my time. Infinite Blades looks good. Dagger Spray is important. This is going to set us up in the future and heal us a little bit. This will protect me. Yeah, I love to go really hard on this Mystic, but often she gets her heal off anyway, and all this protect nonsense. The Shiv will help us pick at whoever we can. Oh yeah, plus finisher. Okay. If we could get a choke or something, that'd be good. Malaise doesn't hurt, plus we got a little armor. When I think about who I'm going to use Malaise on, it's either who do I need it to use it on now, or who's going to deal damage to me in the future. And since I'm going to focus down the Mystic, I would use Malaise on the Centurion. Let's heal and do that. Finisher, I've played 1 attack. Three block, that's just not much, no matter how you cut it. I'd rather use my energy better. We're probably gonna heal though. Maybe I'll just nerf the crap out of this guy. This is gonna do 18 damage, but I feel like she heals for 16 and her own shield. Bleh. Let's just throw down on the debuffs for now. We'll keep this around. One of the best ways to counteract healing is to have them have no damage. Ooh, that wasn't healing. But her block's gone too. 1,000 cuts and choke, those were just what I was looking for, but not at the same time. Bouncing Flask, also fantastic. Well, that is great. Okay. 1,000 cuts. Yeah, let's just get this out. It does heal us a bit. Now I need to protect myself some. Or extra energy. Energy would be great. I'll retain choke. Use... Yeah, let's go ham. we're just going with no block at all, which I don't like, but I'm gonna have to live with. It was only 7 damage. Okay, she's making life painful for us. Thank God we... Okay, now we really need her to die, because I feel like she's going in for the heal. Thankfully, we chose Choke, and we had extra energy because of something. So now we're going to play as many cards as we possibly can. There we go. And there's plenty of pain left over for everyone. Let's take Defend Plus. That should be nice next turn. This guy's going to take a lot of damage from poison, even if he does block. Oh look, 4 times 3. Oh, Caltrops is perfect. And we heal a little bit. I don't want to draw my Caltrops. Plus we can actually get some damage in. Oh, I didn't defend enough. Well, that was my bad. I got offense crazy. One of the relics I really like is the Japanese gates. I forget what they are. Okay, he's dead. You can just let poison kill people. Okay, we got more beat up. With Choke and stuff, I really do want more Cloak and Daggers. Yeah, even if they're not upgraded. You know, I'm going to skip elites. Until you get really good at this character, that's what I would do. Heal 23 or get a card of my choice. 23 is better than resting. And the card of your choice is never upgraded. And do I already have the cards I feel like I need to win? But I could get something good. I found this one to be actually kind of underwhelming sometimes, so I'm actually just going to heal. And yeah, we're skipping elites to upgrade our deck. What do I really want upgraded? 1,000 cuts. 2 damage is so much better. It's twice, 100% more damage. Yes, I want it. Remove a card. Upgrade all strikes and defense. Upgrade all strikes and defense is huge. Huge. And very good. Very good. Removing a card from your deck, also good if your strikes and defense have been severely nerfed. But upgrading, like, we just upgraded 8 cards. This one was already upgraded. That's so worth it. And don't feel bad for having removed strikes and defense up to that point. It's fantastic. Oh, the Snecko has new animations. Watch when it performs its action, its eyes turns crazy color. But now we may prepare. Talk to me, distraction. Whoa, interesting. Not playing distraction is totally viable. I do want to play all my powers. And we can go all defense. Storm of Steel is free. Let's... sure. Let's do it. A whole hand of small damage stuff. See how good strength is? Poison Potion can be really good against Books of Stabbing, those single brutal enemies. But you have to throw it down early if you want the best effect. Also, if you're working a deck that has distractions, the chance of getting a Catalyst and having a Poison Potion to help actually get anything out of that is pretty good. Ah, we got boned. Note that it's only cards you draw that you get confused by. Well, I want that, and I might as well use that. And that's all there is to it. As long as we keep defending, he will start losing health, but... Yay, much better. Okay, first let's neutralize to see where that leaves his damage. 16, 6, 8, that's 14. Oh, we've got enough, we can just cast everything. I know I said don't go crazy using all your cards, but I think I needed all of it this time. That extra defense is really good. Oh, yes. So suddenly escape plan is even better. Oh, yes. He's taking 8 extra damage. What? No, 7 extra damage per ability I play. And then we can hit him with the Nerf bat. And now we're taking no damage. Confusion is bad when you have a bunch of cheap cards. It can be kind of good when you have a bunch of expensive cards. 14 damage, but I think I can kill it. I can heal if I cast that. If I go 1, 2, this will do 18 damage, plus 12 is 30. Yeah, okay. Caltrops, Flying Knee, 9, that's 21. And the shiv is free. Yeah, okay, so I can heal. Oh yeah, and I forgot, I deal damage whenever I do stuff. Uh-oh. Damn it. 14 damage, I can block 8, but it'd be better if it just died. Poison or explosive? I think the poison's a little less valuable. That's a hard one though. The explosive potion can do up to like 40 damage, but choices. Burst is fantastic with upgraded cloak and daggers and choke and stuff like that. Any other skills it's particularly great with? I mean, yeah, burst is just amazing, and you want to upgrade it as soon as possible because it becomes twice as good, maybe better than twice as good. Skewer is fine, especially upgraded, and if you have things that can give you lots of damage. It also combos really well with well-laid plans. So you can like retain the skewer in your hand for next turn when you get 3 extra energy. Cloak and dagger is fantastic, and I generally take a cloak and dagger at every opportunity because you need so much defense. I want to move towards this upgrade. Bag of preparation. Now we're drawing 9 cards on our starting hand. One of those things you're like, yeah, you're... Also, I love they changed this so it looks different every time. Or I mean, it looks different per map you're on. Here's what we want. Your next 2 skills are played twice instead of just your next 1. It's huge, huge. Super good for defense. And I can, yeah, we skipped out on fighting some elites, so I want to fight an elite. I want some relic up in this John. Okay, so we draw a boatload of cards, and we have burst. Burst, I know I can get all my defense I need off burst. We actually have some heals. Escape plan would be great. Caltrops, huh? And the incoming attack is weak sauce. I'd like to play Flying Knee. Let's play Burst. Let's play... Distraction's gonna be perfect with Burst. So, we got 2 new cards. Concentrate and Reflex. If this card is discarded, draw 1 card. Concentrate gives us extra energy, but we have to discard 3 cards. Right now we have more cards than we can possibly use, and we can discard that to draw extra, so let's go for it. What am I going to discard? I definitely don't need 2 Cloak and Daggers, do I? This Defend is going to be unnecessary. I only have 1. Oh, I'll have 2. We definitely want to discard that because it's going to let us draw. Hitting this guy 3 times would take him out of the fight, pretty much, and then I could concentrate on the other one. I'll have 3 energy. I could do Flying Knee, Cloak and Dagger, and just, yeah, I'm not going to need And what do we draw? Oh! Oh god, we're playing it twice. I forgot. Boo. So we're gonna have 5 energy and definitely not enough to do with that. What am I gonna want? I think I can take my 3 attacks. What? Okay, so basically I commit to pick 3 cards to play. Infinite Blade. Caltrops is gonna tear that thing up, so we don't actually need to attack that. Let's go with this. Not quite what I'd intended, but... it'll work just fine. This guy is going to take, like, 30 damage. Yeah. Now we're taking no damage. Ah! I should have choked first. Remember, the more cards you play, the better. I'm not going to get to play that, so no point in keeping it. Alright, what are we looking at? Well, for one, let's gain some health. Look at our healing. Oh, it's so good. And I can play everything in my hand, so... all our attacks first, and finisher is up to a good 12 damage. Could be worse. Don't retain that card. It's just going to disappear if you don't. Although, I don't know if ethereal... interesting. Yeah, if you look at Bird-Phased Urn, let's look at our deck. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 powers. So I can gain 8 health per fight. Which is utterly fantastic. Oh look, we're taking no damage. Because our defenses are upgraded. Oh wait, he's taking 6 because we have 6 thorns, or whatever it is, yeah. Okay, now he's looking angry. I can't kill him. And I have no defense, so... we're just gonna nerf. We're gonna beat him real hard with the nerf, but it's not hard enough. This is... ouch. This is where I wish I had a potion of block. Yeah, now he's dead. I knew I didn't have to... I knew I should go all defense last turn. Alright, and a regen potion on top of that. Ooh. Costs 1 less for each card discarded this turn, deal 8 damage to it. This can be a utterly fantastic card or a terrible one, depending on how much discard you have in your deck. And I have, like, none. I only have Survivor. It's never going to cost less than 3. Distraction might make it cheaper, but it's just a bad deal for me. Okay, we got a little beat up, but no better time to use a regen potion than against... Okay, very important, we have the choke. I'm going to drink this right off the bat. Does seem like a great time to choke. Finisher, huh? Okay, concentration is going to let us do a lot this turn, which is great. Concentrate on choking this guy. Prepared. Prepared, well, it is free, so it's worth 3 damage, but it might be just a good card to discard. Let me look at it like this. Discard 3 cards, get 2 energy. I have none. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cards, then I can choose 2 to play and ditch some of the rest. Alright, so we can play this. I don't need that. Which 2 do I want to play? Well, I don't want to take 12 damage. Dagger Spray will do 10. This is already doing 10. And I kind of want to protect my health. And we're already dealing a little damage when we protect ourselves, so let's go with that. Plus, this guy's going to eat up pretty bad by our thorns. As long as we play D. 6 times 3, that's fine. I've got that defense. Malaise is great against this guy. I'm going maximum defense. Caltrops is even better though. Plus it heals us a bit. And, oh look, we're once again not going to take any damage. Perfect. Like, using a regen potion anytime you're going to be in combat for 5 turns and have 15 health is fine. You don't need to maximize it. This will double our skills, but we've only got 1 skill to play. Defend. Still, he's doing 12 damage. Defend is only going to give us 8 blocks. That might be worth it. I definitely want to play, but it takes 2 energy, so I can only play Flying Knee or Infinite Blades. Well, Infinite Blades heals us. And we get 16 defense from that. We've got these Caltrops. Oh yeah, Well-Laid Plans lets us keep, yeah. Because he's going to take 24 damage. As long as we're defending with these thorns, this book is going to tear itself apart. 15 damage, huh? Thousand cuts, choke. 6, 8 is 14. Can't play those and the cards I really want to play. So, we're going to play as much defense as possible. And then we're going to retain this one because it's going to heal us a little bit when we play it. Yeah. I think this next turn we can just win. But we want to play all our powers before we win. For that heal, though. Bam. And that turned out great. Ooh, strawberry. Oh, dashes are so good. Dash is great. Upgraded dash is even better. It upgrades to 13 block and 13 damage. That's so much for 2. Like, normally for 2 you can get 16 damage with, or like, that's with upgraded attacks. Like, dash is fantastic. Leg sweep is also pretty good. Blur can be great. It depends on how good your block game is. Blur Plus is actually quite tempting. It's the only way for this character to retain block unless you get the calipers. And when you have Cloak and Daggers, especially if they're upgraded and you play them a lot, then sometimes you play them and you waste that defense. I'm going to go with Blur. We have a fairly mature deck, and I don't want to spend my upgrade on Dash. really want this to be free. Such drawing. Okay, they're all on defense. Thousand cuts, burst, distraction. Here we go. Now the next skill we played also gets played twice. Oh, what? This is so good. That turned out, wow. Okay, we don't need to play bullet, so we get another double off one skill. Setup is great. I'm gonna put, tempted to put choke and bullet time. What do I want for free? Defensive skills. So playing these defensive skills now is a waste. So let's just put them back on top and play them for free next turn. Let's choke the weakest one. I think that one's just gonna die. Oh, dagger spray. Look at how well that turned off. Turned out. Turned off. Yeah, okay. Let's make sure to take one out, and we're done. Ah, man, we destroyed these guys. That was great. Remember to heal for all you can. Maybe I'll draw a power. Wow. Those can be really hard fights, too. If you do need more defense, I'm doing alright. Piercing Whale's great, because you play it once, it's cheap, all the enemies get weaker, and then it doesn't come back. So it's just like that first pass through your deck where you're getting all your powers and stuff set up. You've just got extra defense cards coming into your hands that are cheap and effective. So I really like the exhaust cheap cards. It can also really nerf some enemies. And upgraded, it goes up to 9 strength for one turn. As is, do I really want to expand my deck much more? Might actually be worth it. It's not as good as Shockwave. Shockwave's so good. I'm gonna take it. I never have quite enough defense as the silent. Alright, we're at full health. Let's upgrade something. Cloak and Dagger's tempting because it combos so well with Choke. I can get an extra shiv. Infinite Blades would start that off in my hand, which is great. Dagger Spray is a total of 4 extra damage to all enemies, which is really impressive. Caltrops goes up to 5. Since I have 1,000 cuts, I think, and yeah, here, oh, that goes up to 8. I think Cloak and Dagger's the way to go. Okay, okay. He's buffing himself. 1,000 cuts is going to pay off big. Let's see what distraction does. Tactician. If this card is discarded for a hand, gain 1 energy. Setup. Yeah, setup. I can put Tactician back on top of my deck. I don't have much discard, like I said. I think what I actually like to do is put Piercing Whale on there. That way I can get rid of that card, get it out of my deck, out of my system. It'll be free. Let's just get this out there. The healing's wasted right now, but all healing's wasted in the last battle. Or basically doesn't matter. The only thing is, if you can save a regen potion through the last battle, that's far better than actually using it in the last battle. Okay, good. I thought so. He's attacking us. Now not for nearly as much. I've almost got all the defense I need. This will set us up for next turn. I like dodge and roll better than blur because 6 block now and 6 blocks later is better than maybe keep whatever block you have left. Okay, we're totally protected. I think he makes us vulnerable. Let's just try and get our damage in. We're going to be around for a while. Ah, face slap. Ah. Malaise is better against people who attack multiple times. That strength debuff. And my defense is kind of wrecked. You really need to keep working bosses down, so I'm just going to invest in my energy future, and we're going to go for the smallest attack debuff. I'm actually surprised I didn't get hurt. Well, whatever. The more we play, the better. That's both offense and defense. Not that I need defense, but I can actually afford to play everything in my hand, so let's... Yeah, take it. This is like the best silent run I've ever had when it comes to keeping my health up. Alright, burst, choke. Those are great combos, but only if you have free skills, and we don't. Choke, cloak, or we can get extra energy. Choke and cloak and dagger is going to be the way to go here. If I used burst, I could get 4 shivs. So this is 6 block and 8 damage effectively. But right now, it's time to be offensive since he's just buffing himself. Plus we have 1,000 cuts, right? So 1,000 cuts might have actually made choke seem... that's a tough one. Oh. Yeah. Burst is so good, but you kind of have to pry that extra energy out. Okay, now he's permanently metallicized, and he got a bunch of block. Time for us to be defensive. Awesome. Okay, check this out. We can discard this with Survivor. Yeah, we can go pretty defensive here. Here's how that's gonna work. And we're gonna discard Strike for our second. So we've cast Survivor twice, it was doubled. And we got an extra energy for it because we discarded Tactician. We still get double plays on something. Yeah, and it's going to be hard to even... We're not going to do much damage to him, so let's double this up. And thanks to Burst and... Yeah, wow, we took no damage. And thanks to 1,000 cuts, we actually did a little. Okay, his defense isn't nearly as strong now. He's going for something strategic. Negative effect and attack. Choke. It's not looking all that good. You can probably 13 damage. I can do more damage by spending separate attacks. Okay, we're gonna go all out. We do have all this health, and we are gonna full heal at the end of this fight, so we can just go a little wild. Save this choke up for another day. And once again, we're not getting hurt. Let's draw something. He's all defense. So we're going to be as offensive as possible. Okay. I have 4 energy. I think I'm going to... should have choked first. Choke. Shiv. I'm going to do setup on 6 or 6. It's, yeah, might as well have that. Little defense next turn. Remember, that one's for free. Impossible. Plus 6 strength is intense. But he's still not attacking me. That's fine, because Blur is going to let me bolster. It's going to make these cloak and daggers pretty awesome. And it lets me play these defenses. And stock up for next turn on defense, since Blur is going to let my defense stick around. That's really the best thing about Blur is, I have a bunch of mixed attack and defense, like dash and cloak and dagger, and they're not actually attacking me this turn. So he's doing 48 damage. Let's see what that is when it's a little nerfed. 36, which would normally be insanely difficult to block, but I think we'll manage. Okay, we're at 26. 34, and let's take a little, why not? And then next turn, let's err on the side of offense or defense. That is a tough one. There's plenty of both. Let's go defense, since I don't think I'll be able to kill him next turn. Very nice. Alright, Tactician. That is a skill, so we do get a little armor for that. Okay, let's defend ourselves, and then spend the rest on attacks. Survivor's coming up. Let's just keep this. Can turn one of our upgraded tactician. Upgrading tactician is big because it goes from 1 energy to 2, and that's a big gain. Because 1 energy makes this makes my survivor free, but 2 energy like nets me a gain. Let's see. Let's do this because I'm sure he'll attack again. We've got Blur, so we get to retain our defense. And we get to do all our offense. Ah, it didn't matter. Or I suppose I needed to play those cards anyway to get the extra 1,000 cuts damage. Okay, with the way our deck is looking, important. I do not actually have a setup. Setup is so good. Phantasmal Killer is probably the way to go. Corpse Explosion, obviously not part of our build. And Nightmare is really expensive. And I don't have things that make it cheaper. Plus, it can be hard to use too. Nightmare's a tough one. Phantasmal Killer, though, is a boss. And great against bosses. Now what? Whenever an enemy dies, transfer any poison it has to a random enemy. On card reward screens, choose from 4 cards instead of 3. This one, question card, is very good, especially early. Snecko Eye, whenever you draw a card, randomize its cost. The Snecko Eye is interesting, and draw 2 extra cards. 1, we would then be drawing 11 cards on our first turn, so that won't work. That's bad. We're losing a little bit of the bonus. But it basically means that you'll be playing a random set of cards for free, and you never know which ones it's going to be. It's definitely doable. I don't like it as much. It's significantly better if you have a bunch of expensive cards in your hand, like Eviscerates. And it doesn't affect X cards. And then the Specimen is one of those, like, dream cards for a poison build. I could skip it. I've never skipped a boss chest before. Let's go with this one. It's especially good in the later maps because you can get But you get a chance at more rares, more upgraded cards, stuff like that. 230 cash. Going to... hitting a merchant at some point would be nice. Ah, there's one here. There's a boss. Hitting these bosses are worth 3 times as much as starting bosses, so I do like to crush as many bosses as possible here. Looks like the maximum I can hit is 2, which is fine. That's about as many as I want. Let's go this way. These things suck, especially if you don't have good AoE. Now's when you find out how well you did. 1,000 cuts is going to be perfect here, even if it costs me some health. Burst distraction guarantees that you're going to get to use all of burst. One of the things I love about it. Piercing, every burst can combo really well with all sorts of crazy stuff. Plus we have 1,000 cuts out, so. Doppelganger, okay. Blur will be a fine card to duplicate, as it'll guarantee we keep all our dodge and stuff. And I get to keep one. No, I don't. Not yet. Okay, we're all getting attacked. They did nerf these guys. Now all 3 of them won't do 8 times 2 damage. Let's use one of these. I need all the defense I can get. And I did not get any defense. Oh look, the blur stacked. Interesting. Playing multiple blurs means you're... Oh, I never even... Intriguing. Okay, working down all these guys' health at once is great. Not always doable. Ow. But at least we're paying him back for attacking us. Okay, I've got choke. I can probably kill this guy using all my chokiness. So let's... Now let me play that and heal. 2. He's going to take 2 anyway, right? 1,000 cuts, 2 damage to all enemies. Yep. Neutralize him. Great. Killing them is fine. It's more like stunning them than a normal enemy, but it's definitely got its high points. All right, their defense is high, but we will whittle through it. I love 1,000 cuts. Cloak and dagger. I really want that one dead because it could definitely be problematic. We'll nerf that one. Sure, I'll keep that. Note that letting a card go, it's not gonna like make your deck cycle faster or anything in particular. The only pro is it puts that card back into your deck. If you don't let the card go, it won't get shuffled back into your library, it'll be in your hand. I don't know if that is ever relevant. Oh, perfect. We got this. Thankfully, we have some heal by now. All right, so here, yeah, things are. Look, this is so good. Poison stab now does 16 total damage, which is a lot. Predator, that card draw though, I do particularly like. And 20 damage is no shame. That's... Draw 4, discard 1. Seems like it could be useful. When you get just the wrong hand, acrobatics can be good. In a discard deck, it can be better than that. I'm gonna take... Predator helps you work through your deck, though. Super good with setup. I guess technically I don't need any of these. Doubled attack damage, though. Alright, let's take this since we have... what is it? Phantasmal Killer. It's gonna be a while till we hit a campfire. Ooh. Whenever you add a skill card to your... Yeah, that would be great. Rest Sight. X random colorless cards to your hand. Those are always good because colorless cards are free, and then you get to play them all game long. Setup is nice. It'd be better if it were upgraded. I wish they sold upgraded cards. If I bought Toxic Egg and then I bought Setup, it would be upgraded, which is really cool, but... Man, Transmutation is not bad. I like Footwork, upgraded or not. Setup is not shabby. X random combos. I think this will be good with my deck. Choke. 1,000 cuts. You slowly make your way up the twisting pathways. You constantly find yourself losing your way as the walls and ground seem to inexplicably shift before your eyes. The constant whispering voices in the back of your head aren't helping things either. Passing by a structure you are certain you have previously seen, you start to question if you are going insane, or if the impossible geography of this place is starting to get to you. You need to change something, and soon. That's what the voices say anyway. And why would they lie? Receive 2 madness, lose 10 points. So this got nerfed. I don't know if it was the last patch, but the one before, I think. Random card in your hand costs 0 for the rest of combat, so that's great. I don't need the healing for sure. And these are fine, because you're spending 1, and you're saving at least 1 cash, because this doesn't target free cards or X cards. So, pretty much a net bonus. The next time you play the card that gets madnessed, it will also be free. One note, this can be kind of wasted. It's less useful on cards that you can only use once. So get those out of your hand first. And yeah, if you can just slim your hand down, you can get really good. Okay. Well-laid plans. Yeah, I'll play that. So try not to use it on powers or exhaust cards. Okay, those things don't... I like to use this as soon as possible so I never have to use it again. Don't want my power to be free. Ooh, finisher becomes free. That's good news. So that'll be free for the rest of the game, which is totally fine. And I'll take something defensive. I wonder what upgrading transmutation does. X+1? That'd be pretty good. Sure. Aha! Choke finally arrives. But he's gonna do a lot of damage to me. Boo. Well, it's probably going to be worth it. Maybe we'll get some defense cards. Yeah. Sweet. Well, remember, we can't play all of these cards. 16. I'm not going to need Survivor for defense. And of course, the more cards I play, the better it gets. So Cloak and Dagger is a great choice. I can play Transmutation for free here, but I don't know if it's worth 3 damage. To just throw that on my hands. Whoa, its face opened up. I don't think I remember seeing that. Okay, this is gonna be nice. It's a toss-up between having Burst for free or Predator for free all the time. Nice. And I would take either. Burst. Next skill is played twice. Interesting. That would be kind of fantastic. Reduce the cost of cards in your hand to 1 this turn. If you upgrade this, it's permanently. That's why this card is good. It can be hard to know that. Oh, the next skill is also free. It gets played twice. So forget your strength. Oh yeah, and die. Blade Dance is great with choke. Upgrade Distraction is probably better. Blade Dance, 3 shivs. So this lets you play 4 cards for 1 cost, which is super good. As you've seen, Distraction is also fine. Let's go with Blade Dance. Mm-hmm. 10 incoming damage. Let's reduce that. Let's get our powers on. Cloak and Dagger will be most of our defense. I like to do the damage to the ones that are going to block, because you really need to pull these guys down as you can. It can be good to eliminate one, but they do come back fairly quickly. My deck's defense-y enough that I can actually defend against some of this nonsense. Okay, 6, 14, 22 versus 31 damage. Ouch. Let's throw weakness on this one, because that'll save us 4 damage. Hit the soft-looking one. Let's see how this fares. I still take 5, but they took more. Okay, what do I want to be free? Finisher was good. Choke. I want choke to be free. No guarantees. I will want to defend. Shiv, and now it's 50-50. Ah, yes! Great. And we can use it immediately. That one's weakened. Yeah, let's just kill this one so it can't attack us next turn. Uh-oh. Yes. Ah, someone said something in chat. Virals.tv. Yeah, well, you know. I'm not the most popular person in town. Alright, our other madness is here. What's Distraction gonna net us? Draw one? Sure. I don't think I need all these defense-y cards. Let's get rid of that one. Let's throw out Madness. A little wasted on Piercing Whale, but Piercing Whale is going to turn this attack into basically nothing. That guy's looking squishy. Let's put some debuffs on him. Okay, he comes back. Need more AoE. Oh, Blade Dance plus Burst. I didn't even think about that. Gotta make sure I have room in my hand for 6 cards, and I will if I use it. Okay. If I had 1,000 cuts right now, this would be insane. Oh man. Well, I didn't have any defense cards either, so. Yeah, they have to drop their defense to attack. They have to not attack to get their defense up. Now you show up 1,000 cuts. It should be fine. Dodge and roll is great because it's cheaper next turn. I feel like I can take these guys. Okay. Vulnerable is so good against this boss, and it sucks to not have any. Choke. Yeah. There. We did 40 damage. Could be worse. Okay, madness and the ability to make a lot of this stuff free. So I've got 3. These will make 2 other ones free. I think I can play all of this. It's better to play the defensive cards first. Thankfully I didn't make my other madness free. That would suck. I wouldn't call that a truly impressive turn, but not so bad. Slow, you can get to outrageous amounts of bonus damage. 6. Let's sneak in as much offense as we can. Forgot, next turn should be pure damage dealing. I wish I could get another blur. Burst. Escape plan could net us some more cards. Blade Dance could net us some serious... Oh, Blade Dance and Finisher are gonna be so good! Okay. That's nice. Oh shit. I have too many cards. I did it to myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very sad. Note if you can't draw a card that's created, it goes into your discard. And this is gonna do 45 damage. Plus, oh, it did 18 each. Ah, it was doing double damage. Wow. That was great. We're gonna get our ass kicked by this guy though. He starts doing a lot of super high damage attacks. And we have no defense this turn, huh? 6. There we go. That's better, much better. I'm gonna focus on defense, but I'm not sure how far that's gonna get me. Because I did not do nearly as much damage to this thing as I needed to. And he's just gonna keep pounding me with these horrible attacks. Okay, we have to get this out. I need to be able to defend and attack at the same time. Ah, oh, thank goodness. That's great. Perfect. That was exactly what I needed. Thank you, distraction. Still not enough defense to save me from certain pain. Okay, Flying Knee comes back around and it's free. Okay, a little bit of defense there. Great. Oh yeah, we're dealing double damage. And it's getting multiplied even worse. So 24, oh, I mean 50%. Okay, we're still getting it handed to us by this thing's attacks though. Oh, this one's gonna kill us if we're not careful. And I don't know how careful I can actually be. I have 4 energy. If I used it all for attacks, I can do Finisher after Predator, Strike, and Shiv. Shiv, Strike, Predator, Finisher. This would do 27 plus 30% is like, I don't know, 33. It's not going to be 140 damage, that's for sure. But none of my defense is going to make it up either. Balls, I think we're dead. I need 22 defense to make that work, and it's definitely not happening, so let's go all out and see where that lands us. Oh, I'm sorry guys, there's the end of my run. Tell you could be doing just fine, but you need the defense. Your defense has to be together. Offense too. Oh yeah, I have the lizard tail. Good choice, me. Well, I'm glad we went all offense then, because without that we would be totally in trouble. Let's see, we're gonna kill this guy this turn though. Just watch. It's going down. I don't have enough room in my hand for Blade Dance to work out just yet. Whew. Lizard Tail. Lizard Tail. Non-boss chest, all skinny cards. Woohoo. Whatever. Pretty into this Noxious Fumes. We have 37 cards in our deck now. It's getting grotesque. Upgrade or health? We won't fight another boss for quite a while, so we should be able to recharge our health, I believe. So, more upgrade. Madness becomes free, which is even better. This because add extra random upgraded colors cards into your hand. Whoa. That's cool. Phantasmal Killer becomes cheaper, which is very good. But upgraded. Interesting. Still, I don't think it's as good as cheap Phantasmal Killer. Thank you, Lizard Tail. Glad I chose that. I suppose if I had one more energy, things might have turned out better, but These can be the worst, especially if you went heavy into Shiv. These little thorn guys can be such a pain. And if your block is uneven, then the explosions or the thorns are going to annihilate you. That's why where cloak and daggers become really handy. Okay, this is the perfect time for a piercing wail. Obviously, it's not helping against the ones that aren't attacking, but we just reduced the incoming damage by 12 points. I want to play my powers because I want to heal. And I need a little defense. Let's also have some offense with it. These things are weak and tend to do a lot of damage if you let them live. And then I like to think of... The Thorns ones are often the ones I save for last. So, we'll go with that. Man, that was a lot of debuffs. 18 damage. Okay. Oh, and I used up my explosive potions. No! If I'd saved him for this fight, but I forgot that I wasn't going to die. Noxious Fumes is perfect here. It can cause a countdown to these explosions that you are not prepared for, but mostly perfect. Burst. I think Finisher is going to be better. Cloak and Dagger is going to give us a Shiv. And we have 0 attack, so they'll do 18. Not quite enough to kill that. Let's just finish this thing off. That thing clogging up my deck, I do not need. Alright. I want to use Madness, and preferably not on one of my other Madnesses. 1000 Cuts is definitely the best possible choice here. Because this damage doesn't trigger Thorns, which is amazing. Dodge and roll is going to give us 6 health, and then... let's work down the weak one first. Now, we're going to be... so the Thorns guy is no longer an issue, but I am scared of having both these explosive things go off on the same turn. The Thorns I can ignore. Noxious Fumes and 1000 Cuts are going to eat it alive. Okay. I did want some defense. 11. We're going to take 15 damage. If I kill it, I'm going to take like 25. And I don't have that much. But if I don't kill it, boo. Well, we're only going to take 4 if I just sit here. But, yeah, these enemies can actually be the worst for the silent. They can just chew your health up so bad. Ow, yeah, see, we just took 20. I forgot I had Thorns. Okay, that thing's coming in. I have no defense. Good, I was hoping for a bandage. Oh no! No, you're not defense either. No, I don't have any energy left. Oh, I forgot it. Ah. Sorry, guys. That was totally unnecessary. I would have lived. It would have died of poison. Well, here you see the librarian bonus for having deck size greater than 35. I just couldn't resist those silver cards. Pretty weak. Sorry, guys. Really let you down there. That last play. But thanks for joining in. Alright, so I'm going to move on to actually like clean my house some this weekend. And there you go. There's some silent gameplay for you. I think most importantly, you want to make sure to get your defense on lock as early as possible. And it can be very tempting to take too many cards, as I did. Sometimes you don't have a choice, and it's a slippery slope that you just have to tread. Other times, you know, it just seems like a good idea, and you totally flub it. So, all that said, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I see, yeah, Thomas G says, lol, been there and did that before. Yeah, yeah, same. I'm telling the Thorns one are so brutal for the silent. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Farewell.